Hello, this is JY3. This is my review of the British Grand Prix, which just finished, and what an ending that was. The first like 20 laps or so were very, very exciting, and then it bubbled down a little bit. It calmed down quite a lot, but then the last 3 laps with all the punctures just happening randomly to the Ferraris, and I think Verstappen had the start of the puncture as well, but then pitted. What an ending, and it ended with Hamilton winning the race by a very big distance from Valtteri Bottas, his teammate, and Bottas did an excellent drive from 9th place to 2nd in the race, so well done to him. So Mercedes won too. They've had maybe the best car all weekend. Bottas drove very well. Hamilton drove very well as well. No mistakes the entire race. And 3rd place, Kimi Raikkonen, who kind of got lucky, but he also deserved 3rd place. But he had a puncture on lap 49 and had to pit, which dropped him behind Verstappen and Vettel. But then on the same lap, Verstappen pitted through fear of a puncture. And so Raikkonen actually only dropped to 4th with Vettel in 3rd. At that point, like, all the Hamilton fans were like, "Oh, I can't believe it! Ferrari is scripting it." So the number 1 driver gets the podium as usual. But then on the second last lap, Sebastian Vettel going into Brooklands, front left just goes. It got too blistered. I think it was due to something to do with the fact that it was battling Verstappen so hard earlier in the race and had to pit so early. But Sebastian Vettel got a puncture, dropped to 7th place behind Nico Hülkenberg, who did very, very well. Driver of the day for me, into 6th place with the 2 Red Bulls, 4th and 5th, and Verstappen ahead of Ricciardo, also did very well from the back of the grid, 19th to 5th place. So Ricciardo did very well, overtaking Hülkenberg right at the end. I'm a little bit annoyed about that, but nevertheless, Hülkenberg managed to get 6th. A very, very good result for Renault ahead of the Force Indias and everyone apart from the Mercedes, Red Bulls and Raikkonen. So Hülkenberg, very, very good performance. But Vettel, the battle with Verstappen earlier in the race just before the pit stops was an unbelievable battle, and it was very, very close. It's what the fans love Verstappen for, just his madness when he's defending, and he just did very, very well. Max Verstappen ended up 4th place, I'm pretty sure we'll take that. And 8th and 9th then, the 2 Force Indias, Ocon and Perez, they didn't really ever battle, but I think earlier in the race Perez would look like he was going to try and pass Ocon, but it never happened. Force India's decent result behind Hülkenberg, but ahead of all the other midfield runners. 8th and 9th is a side result, with Felipe Massa again doing well to get 10th place after qualifying 15th, I believe, or 14th, somewhere not in the top 10 definitely. And Felipe Massa, decent point for Williams, he'll take that, with Stoffel Van Dorn just missing out because of a slow pit stop from McLaren, 11th place, with Magnussen and Grosjean. Bad strategy for Magnussen. They let him get undercut by absolutely everyone, and then Grosjean pit after a puncture from getting hit by, I think, one of the Saubers, I think Ericsson, getting lapped, and Grosjean just hit him, or he might be trying to overtake him, not quite sure, but Grosjean got a puncture through damage rather than through tyre wear, and ended up 13th place with Ericsson, Kvyat, Stroll and Wehrlein rounding out the finishes. But Kvyat absolutely destroyed, well, hopefully he destroyed his career chances by taking out his teammate Carlos Sainz on lap 1. He went wide through Beckett's onto the grass, came back onto the track into his teammate Carlos Sainz. Sainz retired, Kvyat had damage and got a drive-through later on from the FIA, and hopefully he'll not be in F1 for too much longer, and Pierre Gasly will turn up, as I'd like to see that quite a lot. But Wehrlein, he had a dodgy strategy, I'm not quite sure what Sauber were doing. And then Alonso out with engine failure shock. He was doing alright, he was in like 11th or 12th from back of the grid, so yeah, solid job for Alonso as usual until his engine blew up. And Jolyon Palmer also hopefully on his way out of F1, unlucky today, but he was never really going to do that well, let's be fair, out on the formation lap. So even before the race started, the Renault team decided that he'd had enough, and so Palmer retired, I think brake issues or hydraulic issues. But yeah, he was never really going to be up to much anyway, his teammate's much better than him. So yeah, Jolyon Palmer out of the race. Not a major loss to the Grand Prix, but overall it was a very good race. The middle like 25 laps were a bit dull, but it was definitely better than like Austria, Russia and Australia, so decent result, decent race. Hamilton just a point behind, a point behind Vettel now, so I'm sure he'll hope to kick on from here. Hülkenberg also making gains in the championship with a good 6th place, and the 2 Red Bulls probably being quite happy with 4th and 5th, especially Ricciardo from the back of the grid. But that is the end of my review then. Comment what you thought about the race, and if you agree or disagree with my thoughts on the race. And this has been JY3. Subscribe for more, and I will see you next time.